Alright, well I'm still as sniffly as hell today, but I'm going to soldier on. So what are we doing today? Well, we have some more deliveries, and I've got some more donations, so I'm doing just a bit of an impromptu unboxing. So we'll take this first little parcel, and we'll see what we've got. Got some little modules here, so I'll get rid of that. So these guys, these are FM transmitters. Also known as bugs, if you're unfamiliar with the term. And yay, they're apparently difficult to get into. Where's one that's actually crimped properly? Let's open one of these guys. So these guys, where's our camera lens here? Focus please. There we go. These guys are little tiny FM transmitters. And that is a microphone you see there. And what you hear in the background is my neighbours. With not a huge amount of consideration for other people, but we'll argue that at a later time. Now, there's a little tuning pot right in next to my thumbnail there, and that's to tune the frequency. And I'm told these work for about 75 to about 120 megahertz, which is well within the 88 to 108 megahertz band that the Australian transmission works on. And I think these transmit under the required power output to comply with ACMA. I think it's something like 250 milliwatts or something. There's 2 pins for power and the center one for antenna. So alright, we'll move on to the next thing. But on account of the size of these guys, I'm going to pack them away immediately. And so while you wait in the background, I'm going to find my box of new parts. It's one of these boxes. They're getting put right in here before I lose them. Alright, what's in our next box? And sorry about my horrible sounds in the background. There's not much you can do about snotty noses some days. Now, what are these things? Alright, we have our M205 fuses. I ordered them in when I made my my desk distribution board. It calls for M205 fuses. I now have heaps. I'll be able to put some lower rated ones other than the 15 amp ones that are currently in there. That will be good. And actually, I don't know if that video uploaded properly actually. It seems to have been abandoned or something in my feed. So we'll find that out and we'll see what happens. So this box I don't think I really opened. I suspect this box is... well, looks like I'm going to have to fuzz some part of that. Those printed details on both sides. Let's have a look at this. This is probably going to be relevant to those previous units that we had in. I remember this. This was a flash sale on AliExpress, and these went for about $6, I think. Now, some remarkably good price. So this is a kit of several rolls of silicon coated wire apparently, or silicon cabling. If it is what I think it is, it'll be a bargain. Oh, well, so we've got it in a nice little box with some holes here to thread the appropriate colours out. But the rolls do fit snugly in with a little piece of stick in there as well. And it does feel like it's silicon rubber wire. It's got that very nice silicon rubbery coating to it. And we've got 5 colours here. We've got some useful ones including red and black, so that will be nice. So okay, that's it for the unboxing bit. Now let's take a look at the donations. Close the sharp implement over here. Alright, so I hear rumours that there are some new stuff here. So I've got a book here. This is for a CPC dev pack compiler. This will be for the Amstrad, which I've got laying around, and there's some notes and user groups. When was this dated? 1999, from the UK. I wonder if that's actually if that website's even still on air. So we'll find that out. That will be interesting. What we've got a programming manual for high soft C programming language for the Amstrad. So that will be interesting. 2 compilers for the price of 1, they say. So let's see what else we have. Excuse me for snuffling my nose. I'm trying my very best not to. We have Amstrad User Omnibus. That seems relevant. So the ultimate programming resource for your Amstrad computer. I almost misread that. And there's some bit of interesting code in here as well. This would be a very useful reference code. There's actually, I think I got a brief glimpse near this bookmark here of some reference to drawing lines on screen. Oh, I'm going to have to actually read it to find that page again. Okay, but it does look like there's some graphical coding in there. What have we got? The Working Amstrad, a library of practical subroutines and programs. That will be interesting. We have, TASWord 6128, the word processor. Oh, this actually looks like, okay, so that's the manual. I'm told by the donor of the Amstrad and also the donor of these books that we do actually have TASWord in the discs he included. And here we go. Here's more discs in what I originally thought was dial cord, but he's since watched my video and informed me that this is kitchen string. So I was getting a little ahead of myself. But if I can find kitchen string, I could probably use that for dial cord. That will be handy. And so, well, okay, I'll have to tie that back up again in a minute. What do we have here? So we have faulty surface and unusable. So I guess that's a dud disk. I'll use that for demonstrations, I think. Sys.form. This one's been used a few times. No, I have to yawn. It's been a long day. This is a data format or something. I'm not sure. I'll check that out. This one, well, these look like they might be blank. So they've been used before, but they've got a new label on them, so they may have been erased. And we've got something.form. DAT.form. Okay, now there's one more thing left in this bag. That would appear to be, oh wow, okay. So this is a Memorex floppy disk holder, obviously designed for different style of disks, but we have some new ones here, so let's have a look. CPM Plus and System Utilities, HiSoft C, oh that's nice. CPM 2.2 and Dr. Logo includes file copy utility, Copycat, Dev Pack, yeah, and TAS Spell. This is one that's been recommended by the donor of this equipment, so I'll certainly check these out. I do have some more donations somewhere, but let's give you a quick little look at the receiving end of my processing area at the moment. It is chock-a-block full of stuff. I'm going to be here for ages. So I've got quite a bit to do before I come back to all of this. But so yes, if you're seeing a lot of these unboxing videos, that pile there explains to you what I'm currently working through. And to give you some idea of how frequent this is, that area was clean and organized a little over a week ago. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully we'll have some Amstrad stuff on the horizon fairly soon. And also, I'll find out what happened to the final video, including my distribution box, which, for the uneducated, is this thing over here. It's finally finished, and it has the USB outputs in there. In any case, I hope you've had some fun, and we'll be back with another video. Well, I'm back after a week's break, and we have some donations which my apprentice is happily helping redact the labels on. And I apologise for the bit of delay. I've been busy getting my lungs full of dust, bushfire smoke and diesel smoke at the 2019 Corowa Swim-In and Military Vehicle Gathering, which I happened to get a hat as part of the whole event. I'll put some videos up later. Alright, so what did I get with donations? Well, this month I got a pair of vintage Apple speakers that have probably not really been kept in the best of conditions, but we'll do what we can. and there's some funny wiring that's been done with them. So yeah, they'll get used to something at some stage. It'll be interesting to see what I can do with them. I got given a rather unnotable analog CCTV camera. Now the big box that's most interesting is this one.
A box?
As my apprentice says, it's a box. This one comes from Wodonga, which is over the other side of the mountains from me. And this is a good friend of mine who put together what he calls a care package to help me fix a few problems with the system that you can see in the background.
Thank you.
There's my apprentice helping.
There one.
Let's see what's in this box, huh, apprentice? To help pull some of the foam and stuff out of this. So let's see what we have to start with. Alright, so we have ourselves a motherboard. Which looks like to be an Asus, or if you're American, a Zeus. There's 2 sticks of RAM in here, which are 4 gig apiece, not too bad. CPU unknown at this stage, he did tell me, I don't recall exactly. We'll investigate that further, and I've got some more donations coming, I'm told, of computers, so that will be handy. Now, my NVIDIA Quadro card was having some troubles, so he quite nicely donated this this 1 gig Radeon H5850 to replace my what is it? I can see it from here. It's an NVIDIA Quadro FX 3800, which is also a 1 gig card. I do a lot of CAD stuff and it's very nice, but it is having some crash problems lately, and it won't encode video without adding glitches. So hopefully this is better. It'll help me with the soft encoding, or the hard encoding. At the moment I'm using software encoding on Xeon X5650 with hyperthreading enabled, and it works quite well. And apparently the packing goes pop, I'm told. Now, what else do we have in here? We have this is going to be a nice little project. This is nothing hugely fast. It's pretty much glorified Raspberry Pi, but this will be handy for some of the more compact projects where I want to run some x86 architecture software rather than some ARM stuff like I do on the Raspberry Pis. This could even turn into a carputer. We'll see what happens with that. Not too bad. I don't know how fast the CPU is. It's not going to be great looking at that heatsink, but it'll probably do Linux or Puppy Linux or something, which will be perfectly fine for what I need to do. But that's about it for the donations for the moment. I think I've had some more in a previous video. If I do, I'll add that. But for now, I'm going to get on to compiling some footage from the amphibious vehicles you'll probably enjoy. And we can hear my apprentice at the moment. She's hard at work popping all the bags for me. Alright, let's hope you enjoyed this. There'll be some more complicated videos soon. But as I said, I've been on a week's break, so I've got some catching up to do. Alright, well, just when I thought the March donations were over, more have come flooding in. I've got a bunch of little things here. The first of which is a heatsink and fan combination. Nothing too fancy, but it's very nice quality anodized aluminium stuff. So we'll see what we can do with that. But it gets better, I promise you. This next thing, I've got a good Acer branded LED monitor. Very, very thin. We'll have a use for this very shortly, but it's also 19 volt, which is interesting. We had a floppy drive of unknown make and model. I think it's a Sony. I'm not sure if it's a 1.44 or an 880K. It's a bit of an unusual construction, and it has an edge connector on it, so that could be interesting. Now, we also, if I get up here, we have a generic branded median computer, which I think is an Aldi special. Not sure what I'm going to find in here. I did have to remove the hard drive out of this to help transfer the documents over to the computer that replaced it. So I sort of worked for that one. We have another one here. This one's been around a year or two. I might even have to zoom back a bit. Yeah, this is a much older case, I believe, possibly where that floppy drive came from. And it has an removable hard drive caddy, which I think I'm going to have to find a key for. I've got one somewhere. So that will be interesting. But let's have a spin around on the back and see what we got. Well, so we have onboard VGA, no external video card, but an onboard serial port that could be handy. And it looks like a 6.1 card on there, or 6.1 built in. So that that pretty well pegs it to an era. So that might be interesting. It could almost be useful for DOS games or something. But again, we'll open this up in a later video and see what's in there. But wait, there's even more. We got an older Hyundai monitor. It has a really weird stand on it of some kind. And yeah, I'm not sure really what's going to happen with this. Again, this is another one that has an external power supply. What voltage is this? It is... This one's a 12 volt, or 12 and 5 volt. That'll be interesting. Made in the Republic of Korea. So that'll be interesting as well. So I'm not sure how this video will find it into the mix, but we'll probably do some more donations the way this month's going. It's almost done, but it'll be good. Well, that donated LED monitor has gone straight into use as an auxiliary DVR monitor on the other end of the house. We can now have two simultaneous monitors. Very handy for when my safe cracking apprentice gets herself into trouble in the backyard.